Hey everybody, and welcome to the OMHPI show. I'm your host, Silent Evil, and my god, you know what? I love Silent Hill. I love the video games. I love the first movie. The second movie is debatable because it was just, I don't know, it was just terrible, but I love Silent Hill. I love the mythology, I love the creatures, the characters, the stories. I love anything that has to deal with Silent Hill. Hey everybody, and welcome to the OMHPI show. I'm your host, Silent Evil, and my god, you know what? I love Silent Hill. I love the video games. I love the first movie. The second movie is debatable because it was just, I don't know, it was just terrible, but I love Silent Hill. I love the mythology. I love the creatures, the characters, the stories. I love anything that has to deal with Silent Hill. So, what would it be like to actually live in Silent Hill? So, we're going to depart from the video game series, and we're going to focus more on the movie, the first movie, in fact, where they talk about the town itself is still burning underneath from the coal mine, which is kind of interesting because that is not what happened in the video games. Now, in the first video game, I'm just going to clarify some things up for you guys who don't know what Silent Hill is, and you've only seen the movie, and if you think it was awesome, rock on, because I thought it was awesome too. I love the movie, even though they switched out the main character for a woman instead of it being a guy. I can understand, the scare factor and everything. So, the first video game starred Harry Mason and his daughter Cheryl. Alright. Officer Sybil, which appeared in the movie and in the video game. Okay. Then Cheryl, which was renamed Sharon in the movie. So there's a slight difference there. Not very much. Now, the difference in the video game and the movie is Harry Mason and Cheryl, his daughter, are driving along on a vacation to Silent Hill. That's where his daughter wanted to go. Well, in the movie, Sharon seems to be possessed and wants to go back to Silent Hill, and so her mom just kidnaps her and just goes. So that's it. Now, there are some subtle, some things. If you guys have played the video game and watched the movie, you'll notice that she's in a Jeep. Harry was in a Jeep. She's in a Jeep. They're driving. They do try to recreate the scene from Silent Hill, the first one in the first intro, where you see Officer Sybil, driving past Harry, but in the movie, she's going after the two. So, there's no fire burning in Silent Hill in the video game. Like I said, the movie is its own separate thing. So, what would it be like to live in Silent Hill? I can tell you right now, if I were living in Silent Hill, it would be nightmarish. I think it would be nightmarish for anybody. Okay, so I'm gonna distinguish the video game from the movie. Okay, the video game series takes the protagonist, except for the first one. Okay, like 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up. Okay, the protagonist goes to Silent Hill, or Silent Hill comes to him somehow. All right, he arrives in Silent Hill, and everything that in his past that he has done wrong, like a major event, like Silent Hill Downpour, where Murphy Pendleton is grieving over his son. His son has died, and he takes revenge on the killer. He goes to the town of Silent Hill. Shit happens. Okay, that's basically the overall effect of Silent Hill in the video games. Now in the movie, it's just there is a girl who wants to go back to Silent Hill. There's a connection. There's witchcraft. There's this. There's that. The video game does have some of its witchcraft lore, some of that, and everything like that. And it's really, really interesting. So if you guys haven't played the video games, I would recommend getting the video games. Sit down on the PlayStation, the original PlayStation, and play the first one if you can find it. It's really good. So moving back to the movies. So apparently, when speaking about Silent Hill, those who are a big fan of the series have often wondered, what is it like to be in Silent Hill, besides the fact that it would be completely fucked up beyond recognition and scary as hell? Well, apparently, somebody has found it. It's called, the town's name is Centralia in Pennsylvania, and apparently there is a massive coal fire that is still burning today. Now, apparently, The town started up in, the coal mining started up in 1856. In the 1950s, it was close to about 2,000 to 3,000 people that were living there. Now, in 1962, the mine caught on fire. Now, it was believed to be started by a landfill that, I guess they were like, hey, let's go burn some trash at the landfill, and then it caught on fire. The fire spread, went into the mine, and it is now burning to this day. Now, I'm going to have to say this. Who is stupid enough to go to a landfill and actually go and light it on fire? I mean, seriously, guys. I mean, come on. Let's just think for a second. I mean, you're looking at, all the different gases and noxious fumes that are out there. I mean, come on. Use some common sense to know that maybe this wouldn't be such a good idea. Now, don't get me wrong, for over the past decade or so, people have been trying to get the fire extinguished. But no matter how hard these people have tried, their efforts go in vain. Now, I'm going to be very honest with you. Once a coal fire starts, it's not going to stop. So, people actually, still live there. There's about a handful of people. Now, I think it was by 2010, the population is like 10 people now. Okay, it is 10 people, and it probably counts the animals for pets and whatnot. In the streets, you can still see the steam coming out of the sewer systems and everything. There are cracks in the streets. There's graffiti on the streets and everything telling people, do not enter, do not come here and whatnot. I mean, it's kind of interesting. I guess you could say that this was based off of Silent Hill, or Silent Hill was based off of that, whichever. But I kind of like to know that, Silent Hill maybe had a basis off of this town. Maybe. The movie, I can see that. I can see that being the movie, definitely. But the video games, not so much. Now, guys, going to this town, I understand that it would be kind of creepy. There's not really anybody there. There's like 10 people there, and everybody's just going to staring at you. What you doing in this town? You're not supposed to be in this town. And then you look back at them going, why are you in this town? So, it's kind of, it is interesting. There's not going to be any monsters there, guys. I mean, come on. I mean, if there were monsters there, and they are only confined to a perimeter of Silent Hill, I mean, whoa. I mean, you gotta look at yourself and go, hey, do I need to go to Silent Hill? Do I need to go to Centralia, Pennsylvania to recreate Silent Hill? I mean, no. I think Silent Hill is best left in our imaginations, and that is completely. And guys, sometimes, things appear creepy and they're not. I mean, like this Centralia, Pennsylvania, stuff like this. I mean, yes, it sounds creepy, and yes, it's an inspiration for a very dark, disturbing movie or premise. But, guys, there's probably nothing very terrifying. Yes, there's an old church there. Okay, it was built in the 1916s, and it actually doesn't look very creepy at all. If you guys have seen the picture right here, it's not creepy at all. It actually, looks pretty brand new to me. It looks very well maintained. And, most buildings, around that time are pretty decimated or, ugly, graffitied or whatnot, and you're looking at the picture and go, oh, wow, that really looks amazing. It's out in the middle of, it's not even out in the middle of nowhere. You can definitely see roads and everything like that, and you're just like, So, I mean, where does the fine line of, is it creepy or whatnot? Yeah, it's a little creepy, but it's not anything to be scared of. But if there was a real actual town called Silent Hill, you bet your ass that I would be there in a heartbeat. So yeah, there's a difference, guys, in the video games and in the movies. I mean, there's a big difference, and like I said, a big difference in the video games and the movies, like storyline. Each game deals with a different protagonist, except for 1 and 3. The third one is the sequel to the first one. It's not the second one is the sequel to the first one. It is the third video game. Silent Hill 3 is the sequel to the first one. And if you guys will play Silent Hill, if you play Silent Hill Shattered Memories for PlayStation 2 or for the Wii, it is a re-imaging of the very first Silent Hill, and I would definitely recommend it. It is very scary, and anything that you do see in the game and whatnot, with posters, alcohol, anything, it all adds up to 6 different endings. So it's actually very heartbreaking. I had a tear come down my face on that one. I was like, whoa, it was interesting. And Like I said, guys, I'm a huge fan of Silent Hill. Huge. And I know I keep talking about it, but I'm a huge fan of Silent Hill and expect more stuff on Silent Hill on the OMHPI show because I am just a huge fan and I just want to get it all out into the world that, Silent Hill is the best. But would I want to go there? Yes and no. So, yeah. Woo. So what are you guys' thoughts on Centralia, Pennsylvania? I mean, that's actually kind of interesting that you know that this is a basis for Silent Hill. Well, at least the movie, right? I mean, what are your guys' thoughts? I mean, I think it's pretty interesting. It's not anything very that creepy, but I mean, I could see somebody, having that messed up thought going, I wonder if we can just combine all these monsters together and, put this and this here, have the big loud sirens going and everything. It's pretty interesting. So what are you guys' thoughts? And I'll catch you guys next time.